When we ask those same women that have the kids about their sons, hey, would you want your son to date a woman with a child? Now all of a sudden y'all can all understand and be like, nah, hell no, I wouldn't want that.
I got a son. Would I really want him? Like, yeah, mom, I met this girl. She got 3 kids. I'm like, you couldn't find nobody else?
If my son was to come home and tell me that he's dating a woman with a child, it's different from my son coming home telling me he's dating a woman with 3 different children and 3 different baby daddies. Then I will be concerned for my son's well-being as far as their relationship goes. It wouldn't make me feel uncomfortable if my son made the decision to adopt a child. To me, that is admirable. And when we discuss what are the benefits of a man adopting a child, it would just simply have to be one of his natural desires. When you naturally desire something, the benefit is you having that thing. He would simply want that because he loves the woman he's dating or he's involved with. I would be encouraging my son to do what makes him happy. So when people be like, oh, we asked single moms would they want their son to date single moms, and she said no, like, I can't relate to that. Because the only reason I would say no to something like that is if that woman herself was toxic and was treating my son poorly. As an adult, what my son decides to do with a woman is up to him. Like, he's not my husband. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's no longer my business. As long as he's not mistreating women and children or disrespecting himself, I support him along the way. If my son wanted to become a stepfather and adopt children, whether he's with the mother or not, I will find that admirable because, people adopt children. I know what it feels like to grow up with one of my parents missing and then the parent that stayed being halfway there. So I wouldn't want another child to experience that. So if my son was the man that helped a child not experience that, that would be admirable to me because I remember how I grew up. And I'm sure once he gets that age, he will remember how his father only paid child support and what in his life physically for like moral support. You don't want another child to experience that when you have experienced that yourself. I guess it depends on the single mother that you ask. See, I don't have low self-esteem. I don't look at myself with low self-worth. So if my son came home saying he was dating a single mother, I wouldn't be looking at him like, oh, you can't do better than that? No, because I value myself. I feel like I'm a worthy person. I feel like I'm a decent woman. So if there was another woman out there who was a single mother who was something like me, I would have a positive outlook about her. So I guess it just depends on the single mother. So like, for instance, this woman who is saying you can't do better than that, she has a negative perspective of herself. I don't believe that. I don't believe every single mother is a bad woman or a bad person to be inside of a relationship with. I don't look at it how the rest of the Black community looks at it. And that's oftentimes why I don't fit in with the Black community as much as I would want to. We just don't have the same thought processes. I don't believe every single mother is a bad person or has drama or doesn't have a healthy co-parenting relationship with her child's father, because I had a healthy co-parenting relationship with my child's father. So I don't look at all single mothers negatively because I don't look at myself negatively. My daughter is 23. Me and her father have always had a great friendship. We have always had a healthy co-parenting relationship. My son is 5. His father pays child support, but he's never met our son. It's polar opposites right there. So to me, it's about context. How those men treat their children is not a reflection of me. I think a lot of times people think a person who makes a mistake or a poor choice is a bad person. No, if that's the case, then we all bad. Maybe if it was habitually, maybe if it was a pattern, maybe. But for the most part, my son's father and his poor decisions doesn't make me a bad person. I will also factor in whether or not my son has children. Like, of course, I'm going to encourage my son to get married. I wanted to be married. It didn't happen the way that I expected. But, I'm going to encourage my son to get married before he has children. Is he divorced by this time? Because, to me, a blended family is amazing. If he's childless, then I'll have him sit down and think about whether or not he would want to have a child with a woman who already has children. And he really needs to make a decision about whether or not he wants to be baby daddy number 4 and shit.